Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. My name is Dr. Jesse Kenywa. We are looking at family business, overcoming challenges of family business. Family business is in a business in which majority of ownership and control lies within a family, in which two or more family members are involved. So we have so many family businesses, and research have shown that family businesses are facing many challenges. So a family business is a dual system of the family and the business. So you find that this is a business that is owned by family members who may have come together to initiate a certain particular business. And research have shown that over 60% of the world business are family business. So you can see that we have so many businesses all over the world, 60% of which are owned by family. And the special nature of family businesses is dual relationship or roles. And again, studies have also pointed out that 65% of the second generation family businesses fail. And mind-boggling, 90% of the third generation businesses fail. So why is this the case? So if you look locally where you are, you find some family businesses that failed maybe in the first generation, the second, or the third generation. So if there is no good transition, or if the family businesses are not well managed, you find that they are about to face some challenges that goes with family matters that could be taken to business, and that could lead to these businesses not performing well and eventually failing. What are some of the merits of family businesses? One is communication. Communication can be speeded up because these are people whom you know very well, and you can communicate them within a very short time. There is also understanding of each other. The fact that you are blood related, it means that you understand each other. And for instance, you could be brothers, you could be cousins, and therefore you understand each other very well because these are people you have brought up together with, you know them well, and therefore you are likely to relate well with them. But that, although that is not always the case, there will be some selected cases that can show a different scenario. The trust can also be higher when you are doing business among family members. You trust your brother more, or you trust your sister more, or your cousin more than any other outsider. So the trust level is likely to be higher again, especially if the business process is well managed. Because again, there could be mistrust if there are some challenges, and that is what we want to look at. What are some of the recommended things that you can do to eliminate the challenges that you may see in family business? Commitment among members is also likely to be higher because you are likely to have to make some self-sacrifice in a business to ensure that the business succeeds. And every partner, every member can make some sacrifices, meaning that for some time, for instance, you are not even being paid, to ensure that the business pull out of the loss region, or you're starting and you want to ensure that you are able to break even. However, there are some demerits that goes with family businesses, and you may realize that in some family businesses there are likely to be confused laws because your family members at times the challenges or the issues in the family can be brought in a business, and that is not supposed to be the case, but it does happen, and you may want to manage that. The family dynamics also can interfere with the business relations. And you know that there are a lot of dynamics in families, and some of these can find their way in the business, and they can bring some challenges in running those businesses. Business pressure can burn out family division. At times, especially if there are a lot of challenges, you may find that there could be some happening or challenges in the business that can lead to burning out maybe family division. So instead of building up the relationship, you may find that the family has been dented, the relationship has been dented by issues that could be happening in the business. And I have seen that. I have in my studies and in my research, I have seen that. At one point, I was visiting a certain area, and I've been seeing a building that has been vacant for a long time. And at the time, I asked somebody who worked there, what has been happening? This building has not been operational. It's a busy area. Why can the owners even lease this building or rent it out so that it can generate for them income? And I was told that there have been family wrangles. It's a family business, and there have been family wrangles, and there have been cases. That's why in court, that's why the business has not been operational, or the building has been vacant. So you can see these challenges are practical outside there, and we may need to think the way out so that you can have a successful business, because you did not come up with a business just to have it fail. So there are many challenges that you may need to talk about, and one of them is lack of trust. When we have seen that within the family there could be a lot of trust, but at times it is not the case. And if it happens that there is no trust, or you'll find that so many good proposals may be made by the members, but they may not be taken seriously. Will be taken with mistrust by members for one reason or another, and therefore you can miss many opportunities. So this takes away a valuable time, the money, and effort from constructive focus. Or you find that the members are focusing negatively, and this can affect efficient decision making within that business or within that organization. So what's the remedy for that? The best thing to do is to ensure that you have an effective leader. So who considers everyone's opinion, not just because they are your relative, and that means that you can consider hiring outside experts to counsel or to guide the partners on the way forward. So you can get expert counsel on how to identify and handle different aspects of your business, including, for instance, the emotional components in every scenario. Another challenge that you may find in family business is biased employment of family members. So managing employees and maintaining good human resource practices are challenges in many family businesses. And you need to ensure that you have a streamlined standard operating procedures so that you are able to follow your guidelines. If you can follow guidelines, then you'll be able to avoid some of the challenges that may come up when you are recruiting. Also, develop good policies. Policies in an organization help in ensuring that everything is done uniformly. And you can also have employment being done by agents, maybe experts, instead of maybe doing it internally, whereby one may be accused of only hiring certain members, especially if the business is owned by a wider family members. So, in some family business, you also realize that there could be higher turnover of non-family employees. Why does this happen? So, non-family employees, they may feel like their career advancement, and when it comes to the presentation, they may feel threatened, and they may also feel like they are biased against, whereby, for instance, if we are paying family members higher remuneration compared to non-family members, they will feel and they will know that there is some biasness against them, and they will feel uncomfortable. So to attract and retain high quality human capital, family affairs and conflict that comes with maybe issues emanating from the family should be kept out of the workplace. So ensure that the family issues are not brought to business. Also seek to have qualified human resource management agency who can also handle part of human resource affairs so that things can run smoothly. Authority may also be hard to exercise in a family business, and that could also be another challenge. So some relatives may not take directives seriously, especially coming from the managers who could be family members. But because they are related, they may not those directives may not be taken very seriously. For instance, you may find that deadlines may not be met most of the time because you are seeing a relative. You are not seeing a manager who has authority. No, every position in management goes with the power and authority that pertains to that position. But because of the issue of blood relation, you may find that directives may not be taken seriously. So what's the recommendation? The recommendation for that? I would recommend that you use standard operating procedures, ensure that you have them in your organization, and also aim for sustainability. Ensure that your business is sustainable and you are planning for long term. And therefore, you can come up with a plan, long-term plan, so that every step of the journey has been well thought out, and you'll be able to figure out what ought to be done. You will also be able to see the challenges that are likely to happen. You need to be firm and fair. As a manager, even in family business, you can be firm, because especially if you are following those guidelines, and also ensure that you are fair, so that you are also not accused by the partner. There are also succession conflicts in many family businesses. And the major issue comes when the founders are about to exit. And there will be issues to do with who will get what and why are they getting what share or percentage of share. And therefore, you can consider getting an expert supervision of your business to get its right value. Ensure that you have the right value of your business when you're about to maybe part ways, or you want to have a succession being hand it over to another generation. Plan for business succession when time comes. Ensure that you do succession planning. That is normal. That is in many cases not happening, especially in African businesses. You may find that we do not do proper succession planning. So you can do that by clearly defining the value of your business. You are able to determine how to split the profit of the business or other stakes that goes that may be considered. In family business, you find that there could also be differences or different generational perspective, because you have people from different generations. You have founders who may now be aging, and you have the second generation and the third generation have come in. The perspective from these three generations may differ. So there could be war of different ages, because every age may perceive things differently, and meaning that their priorities may differ. The priority of the the founder member may have may not necessarily be the same priority a third generation partner may have. So there could be lack of consensus on key issues, and that may make the business a bit difficult to progress, especially if you're not able to make consensus in a meeting. You are also likely to miss some opportunities. A good business should be able to identify opportunities that are presenting themselves in the external environment, and also be able to manage the threats that are happening. But if you're all the time not agreeing, you may not be able to do that. So my recommendation is that you can outsource external expertise to help in aligning or realigning your communication on how to respect everyone's views and opinion, and how to move forward by ensuring that you are also allowing everyone to participate in maybe strategic planning for your business. Business pressure can burn out family relations. It's another challenge that is happening. And operation of business should be formalized. Ensure that to avoid that, you can ensure that operation of business is well formalized, and manage your business professionally. Ensure that you are, even as you hire your members of your family or relatives, are they professionally qualified? If you are, for instance, looking for an accountant, is the accountant whom you are giving the job, because he is from the family, is he professionally qualified? Does he have some experience? So you need to ensure that you do that. Family matters should be left out at home, and vice versa. So they should not be brought to business, and business matters should not be taken to family, whereby you are discussing all those issues at home, and there could be conflict that can come as a result of some design. Transparency will clear doubt. If you are managing your business in a very transparent and with a high level of integrity, that will help to minimize any kind of mistrust, and it will help in ensuring that there is smooth management process. Engage external experts like auditors who can come and look at your business. Instead of having it done internally, you can have external experts doing that. So intergeneration transition, you find that there are some difficulties, especially when you are transiting from one generation to another one. And this can come about if there is lack of transition planning. So ensure that you can ensure that there is transition planning when this is about to happen. There could also be lack of viability of the business. As time passes on, you find that some businesses that were viable may be led unviable with the passage of time. So it is always important to look at the business vis-a-vis what is happening in the external environment, so that you consider whether that business is still viable. Can you do some realignment, some changes in the business, or can you even consider exiting that industry if it has if the industry has a challenge, a problem? For instance, you have been in the textile industry and you realize that the textile industry is not doing well in your country, and you consider maybe starting another business in another industry altogether. There could be little desire on the part of the owner to transfer the farm. So this happens, especially the founders of the business. They will not be willing to transfer the farm to the next generation, because to them that's where they work, and that's where they spend most of their time. And if they do that, they'll be lacking anything to do. They'll be bored at home. They want to still remain in business. And that can also be a challenge. Also, you may find that some offspring may be reluctant to join the business. It is not guaranteed that the children will like the kind of business that we're doing, and that they will definitely join the business. That may not arise, because every kid has their area of interest, and therefore they may leave you to manage your business yourself, and they may not come to assist. In some cases, that's happen. You'll also find that there are likely to be difficulties in choosing a successor. It is not always easy when choosing a successor, and you can see the appropriate thing to do when it comes to that. Challenges in choosing a successor. Why does that happen? And what are we supposed to do? You find that, especially in the African context, there is that fear of death. So when it comes to succession planning, people don't like discussing death, because it's like it is sacred. It ought to be left out. It will be left to God to decide. But it is not wrong to plan for succession when the time comes. There could be reluctant to let go, especially by founders who may not be contributing a lot in decision making, because now they are aged, and they may still want to make certain decisions that may not relate to what is happening in the external environment. Also, in identifying the right qualities and the right person when it comes to succession planning, it is also not easy. But you can weather the storm by looking at the qualities and looking for someone who had experience in that business or elsewhere, and who have high qualities of the manager. Personal loss of identity is also another challenge, and also fear of losing work activity. That happens especially with the founders, because they may not want to quit the business, to leave the business. They still want to be involved in decision making, in operating the business, yet their views, their perceptions may not be verifiable because of their ability. Maybe because of the age, they may not now have that agility to pursue the business with the vitality that it requires. Also, you could find that there is some rivalry when it comes to succession planning, and that can be managed. It is well done. It was well planned for, even when coming up with the bylaws of the farm or the company. that can be can weather the storm. That's all. It is important to structure or to come up with structures to facilitate transition when the time comes. So you can think of having a family council whereby you'll be discussing business matters. A family council would be appropriate. Also, estate planning or coming up with a will at the right time can also be helpful, especially in the stages of transition, to ensure that it's smoothly done. Strategic planning is also okay, because if you have informed everyone in decision making and identifying challenges and planning for their business, that means that their involvement in the planning will make them to be committed to implementation of the strategies that have been identified. Also consider grooming the successor. Who is going to be the successor? And groom that person in good time. Let them have the experience, let them have the hard-on experience and knowledge in that area of business, so that as they take over, they have the capability to learn that business to go to higher heights. You can also have an independent board of directors in that kind of company or in that business. And if you do these things, then we are likely to minimize the challenges that affect family business, and you'll have successful businesses that transcend boundaries. And that is the wish of every person who is coming up with a business. Their desire is to ensure that the business transcends many generations to become a successful business that is employing many people and giving them the reward in form of interest, in form of profits that will bring them to be a going concern for many years. Thank you very much for listening. Remember to hit the like button there and also subscribe and support this work by hitting that bell so that you can be alerted on how. Thank you and God bless.